Well, do you think one of them sounds better than the other? The second one is the dynamic tuning, and the first one is standard tuning. I found the standard tuning was a bit warmer sounding because of those dissonances. I guess they filled out the space better, whereas the just intonation one sounded kind of shrill because there was too much consonance. It was like the most perfectly consonant chord ever with no movement at all, so it sounded pretty unnatural. And also the changing notes, the notes slightly changing, like, yeah, it's definitely a little bit weird, but it probably could have its use. So how does it work? Well, these two tracks have their MIDI data being sent to my synthesizer, and this track is being sent into the first channel of the synthesizer, first MIDI channel, and this one is sent into the fourth MIDI channel. So the first MIDI channel is the one that's actually played. The first one is played, and this fourth MIDI channel dictates what key you're basically playing in at the moment. So the way I did it was that in music you normally have chords and chord changes. So right here we have an A minor 7. So I just put A, the root note of the chord, in the fourth channel here throughout the whole time, and that will tune all of these notes to be in just intonation with that A. Likewise, in this next chord, which is a D minor, all of these notes will be tuned in just intonation with D because I chose D down here in the fourth channel. Basically, the D in this example is tuned in just intonation with C. So the root note of the chord is going to be tuned in just intonation with the key, which is C, always. I'm going to make it changeable later using another channel. You could choose the overall key, but the root notes are based on that key, which is in just intonation, and then the notes of the chord are based on just intonation with the root of the chord. So in this case, like I said, we're playing an A minor 7. So the minor third is going to be exactly, the frequency is going to be exactly 6/5 times the root note instead of like 1.18, which is what you'd get in standard tuning. So the minor third there is going to be more consonant, and so is the fifth by like a negligible amount because it's almost perfect in standard tuning, and the seventh will also be perfectly in tune with it'd be basically a minor third plus a fifth, I believe. So it's 1.8, and that's called a minor seventh, and that's the perfect harmony, would be 9/5. So that's the ratio which relates those two notes in a minor chord, minor 7 chord, the seventh. And anyway, we have a few of these chords, and basically the chord is changing. This is the A, and D, and then this is G, and then it's C, which is the key that we're in, so it finishes off on C. So you can hear the difference maybe if I went and I put this in a different track. So that was tuning it, and there should sound subtly different now. All of these notes will now just be in just intonation with C, and they won't be perfectly consonant probably. Still sounds fine, but in fact it fills out the space better because it's detuned a little bit. We often like a little bit of detuning, but standard tuning kind of detunes it by an arbitrary amount, so why would you want that when you could have it perfectly in tune and then maybe detune it after? So that's basically this whole program. I would show you in better detail. You could edit these both channels in one window in Reaper, but I can't show that to you because I lost my graphics card, and that's why the sound quality is also reduced. But basically, yeah, that's my program. And anything else I could say about it? Yeah, it's a VST. You can use it with any DAW, as far as I'm concerned, on any platform, because I made it with Juice. And I'm gonna add like more UI components so you can actually interact with it better, but for the moment this is basically all you need. And yeah, I'm gonna add the ability to play different sounds, like several oscillators and different waveforms for each of those oscillators. And let me think, probably I also wanted to sample like a grain of a sound, so like you play a sound and it would use zero crossings and take out a grain and play that at different pitches, so you could make a different quality of sound if you want, because this is sawtooth waveform is pretty shrill, honestly, and not very pleasant. But yeah, in the end, that's it. Thank you for watching again. Have a good one. Bye.